All right. Good morning, everybody. Actually started before 9:15 a.m. Happy miracles here. But hope everyone's doing well, feeling sharp, feeling refreshed and recharged and ready to go. It's been a really good trading week, trading month, honestly. And the volatility has honestly been so much fun to trade. I've been having a lot of fun with it. Yesterday, I was pinching myself after the session. Felt so lucky to a certain extent that I get to do something for a living that is so much fun. Yesterday was one of the most fun trading days I feel like I've had in a very long time, and yeah, long may it continue. The other element here, a little bit, right, that need to focus on to a certain extent is like kind of staying, I don't know, a little bit humble, right? Like not thinking that my shit doesn't stink type thing. The only inevitable thing in trading is that your next loss is right around the corner, right? So not to say that that's coming today. I'm not saying that today is going to be a red day. Nothing along those lines. But if I start to skip steps, break rules, ignore processes, I put myself in a situation where the easiest or most likely outcome, right, will then be a red day, and it'll be a very emotional red day. I don't really want that. That sounds kind of miserable, especially when compared to how I felt yesterday, right? Where yesterday I felt like it was just so much fun. And I want to make sure that I stay in that, call it like zone of focus, right? I think that's probably the right element. Um, you know, yeah, for sure. I feel really confident in my trading at the moment. Market's giving me good volatility. There's a nice amount of range, right, for us to trade, but I can't bring that energy or bring that baggage into into today's session, right? So yesterday, really good trading day. Previous day, really good trading day. Not going to force anything here today just for the sake of feeling alive. Going to make sure I'm trading with discipline, being deliberate, and controlling the variables I can control. The other thing to focus on here, right, is just, I guess it's like a word of warning. I don't know. Really, guys, like, things are going well and the markets are nice, but we got to make sure that our habits, right, our trading habits are clean. We want good trading hygiene here effectively. If we're going to be chasing trades, let's say that I get in at 25.04 and you get in at 25.12, no longer the same trade, right? So if we're chasing entries like that and we're hoping that the volatility of the market gives us a little bit of P&L, we're probably doing things, we're probably doing things the wrong way, and that would be, setting yourself up for failure here long term, right? So really, guys, I want to focus on good executions, good risk management, good position sizing, and closing trades as P&L is increasing. If you did have a really strong day yesterday, right? Today's a fresh day. No baggage, please, right? Control the variables you can control. And if you had a bad day and you weren't happy with how you traded, find something that you want to work on here today, right? Be it your entries, be it your exits, be it your position sizing, and have that like technical element to focus on here all day, as it will make a very big difference in your long-term P&L. All right. Got a few things I want to go over a little bit later from like I don't know, call it philosophical perspective as a trader, however you want to call it. Like basically like how to trick our brains into doing the hard trading things that we don't like doing. I've got a little bit of some literature about that here today. So we'll go over that maybe when things slow down a little bit. So a little bit of a teaser to hopefully keep everyone engaged besides just trading. And yeah, let's see what's in store for us here today, what markets have, and hopefully, right, it's a pretty clean day. We got beige book here later today. I'm not too worried about that. Another day of pretty aggressive Fed speak should be interesting. Yeah, we'll see where we can go. And hopefully, right, nothing too mad from. Okay, crude oil inventories, they're doing it tomorrow. So looks like it should be yeah, reasonable session here. Yesterday, right, red candle, increasing volume gap up. We know a lot of that volume is going to be dip buyers, so we're going to call that a week 2 out of 3 to the downside. With volume, the element here, right, is we're still inside Friday's range. It's effectively just been an inside week, right? And yeah, it's been pretty interesting. Let's see if we can get a breakout away or a breakout below, or seemingly a little bit closer to the breakout above, albeit maybe not super convincingly. Right, still a lot of work to go. To the upside here, we're looking at a 67.50 as our starting point, and then going up towards like 800. So I'll go 10 points along the way towards that. Okay, and then to the downside here, pre-market low 66.80. And then say like 66 is kind of reasonable. All right. So look sharp if we can get it. Let's see if that's in store. Okay, NQ, red candle, increasing volume gap up. Very similar story. What did I do? Weird. Same story, right? As the old, oh, my W doesn't work on my keyboard very well. Pre-market highs 25,000. So we're going to be going 25.1. And we'll go 25.5 to be all-time highs. To the downside here, 27.4, sorry, 24.7. Nice. All day, every day. Cool. So a lot of space here in either directions if we can get it. Let's see if we can go from there. All right. Any questions? Yeah. Red candle, decreasing volume gap up. So 1 for 3, starting to finally get a little bit of flexibility here. W is going to drive me nuts. All right. So we're at 59. So we'll go 60 as our starting point, right? Kind of approximately. And then 60.50 up towards 62.50. And then to the downside here, we're looking for a move down towards pre-market low. So 58.50. I think we should have plenty of space. Mike, I love it when you say your former life a year ago. It's a fantastic phrase. Absolutely love that. All right, Apple. Green candle, decreasing volume, gap up. So 2 out of 3 to the upside without. Tesla, green candle, decreasing volume, gap up. So same thing, 2 out of 3 without. One of the really nice things that we've had this week has been like just consistency on our leading names. Pretty much everything has been constantly telling us the same story, which has been extremely positive. 3 for 3 to the upside. Amazon, 3 for 3 to the upside. We'll call that a weak one, right? Because of the candle shape. Big gap up on NVIDIA. 2 out of 3 to the upside, or sorry, to the downside. With, oh my God, this fucking W. With volume, gapping, huge gap up. AMD, red candle, increasing volume, gap up. So same thing, 2 out of 3 to the downside with vol. Meta, green candle, decreasing volume, gap up. So weak, 2 out of 3 without vol. Netflix, technically a gap down, so 1 for 3. And then Google, 245, pretty impressive from Google. And we'll call this a 2 out of 3 to the upsides without vol. And then the old Vixaruni, 19.44. So let's see if that's got any juice to it, or what type of range that gives us. Implied range of about 1% there on indexes would be fantastic if we could get that type of move. So let's see if it's in store. Yeah, should be a pretty interesting day. Any questions here, team? Any questions? We're good. So, Seth, you asked your question. How much would you risk per trade on a 100K account? So you want your max daily loss to be no more than 1% of your account. So you want that to be 1K. Let's say on average, you take 3 trades per day. So you'd want your average loss to be about $350. Anyone else hearing an echo? Anyone else hearing an echo, or is it just Deb? So looks like it might just be on your side, Deb. I don't know. Maybe you have like headphones plugged in or something like that. All right, sweet. So markets open in 40 seconds. My mic is right in my face, so it should not be the case. I have moved around my office a little bit here to make it a little bit better for filming, but that should not have made any tangible changes or anything like that to my setup. It's still just 4 walls. All right, perfect. So that's market open. Let's see how things goes. I like that, Nautilus. All right, so let's see. Again, we're going to judge size of the opening range and volume of the opening range, right? That's a big start. Just to build off of Mike's point, some of the best advice I've ever got in trading is just about learning how to like control your expectations, right? And the best thing that you can do in that context, right, is assume that everything is going to take you 10 times longer than you want it to. Not to say that, you know, it's going to take you 10 years to quit your job. It's not what I'm suggesting. But don't expect yourself to change your entire life, right, in 30 days. It can happen, and it has, and I'm sure it'll happen again in the future. But in my experience, I've always found that those good things tend to happen to everyone but ourselves. So the less expectations and less pressure we can put on ourselves, generally the easier it is for good things to happen. Like everyone wins the lottery but me type thing, right? And the more that we embrace that, generally the better it is. Oh, it's a little bit of a divergence early in ES and NQ. Nothing too crazy. Didn't hold that 25,000 for too long. Today, I mean, the goal, like every day, is to have the mythical one and done. Hey, love that, Michael. I'm also a believer that if it wasn't difficult, it would not be fun. That sounds kind of ridiculous. But you ever play like, I don't know, Madden or some video game on um like beginner mode, and you put up 100 points, and you're like, oh, this was fun for a game, but now I'm bored out of my mind. Kind of like that. And so there's a big element of like just choosing your hard, right? Because everything is difficult. Right? Like driving Uber Eats is not easy. That's difficult, right? Going to a job you hate, that's difficult. So we kind of have to choose how we frame what's hard. Because it's all the same. I don't know. Yeah, you mean underestimate, Samuel? Yeah. Underestimate what you can do in 10 years? 100%. Um, Interesting. Maybe you have some setting, I don't know, that's off. Maybe you have color bars based on previous close ticked. Dave? Oh, I'm not saying you did. Yeah, we're kind of expecting that. Yesterday was a really high volume day. Really, really high volume day, all things considered. So generally on those days where we have a volume support, we're not, yeah, the probability I would say is lower of it being an increasing volume day. That's a little bit of lazy science, but not outlier on ES, which I think is a little bit concerning. ES has this, maybe call it a habit, where it doesn't like giving us too much outlier volume at the open. Like it kind of gentler. I don't know if that's the right term, but feels that way sometimes. There goes Cial. Also feels weird to be a Wednesday and not have crude oil inventories. It's like screwing up my internal calculator. And it's unlikely that this is going to be increasing volume here on the 3. We maybe could get there. Oh, that's going to be very close. Oh, wow. I didn't think it had a chance with 15 seconds to go, but it did. We do have a breakout set up here. Not a ton of actual volatility. Now it's 100 points we got. So there's a lot of room, but let's see the fake out first if we can get it. And if we can't get it, like maybe on the 2 min, we might be able to get a tighter risk reward. For now, stop would be 960. I'm not setting up my order yet. I'm waiting for the bullish failure at these lows first. I mentioned this on Monday, I think it was, about how kind of like have this suspicion that I'm getting much more slippage in Top Step X platforms versus, or Project X platforms versus like Trade of 8 platforms. I've done analysis of my first 2 trading days here of the week, so comparing against prop firms, and there is a pretty discernible difference actually in the Project X accounts versus what's available or what's given to me in some of the other ones. I'm going to continue tracking that for the rest of the week, but I think it's pretty likely that this is going to be my last week trading on Project X platforms or the Top Step X platform in general. That extra slippage of 2 or 3 points is adding up pretty aggressively. And I'd like to avoid that as much as possible. I'll let you guys know, but I might be closing a few accounts here pretty soon. Yeah, well, he's very financially motivated to pretend that his platform is the best. Okay, so we'd be looking at a 973. Yeah, I've got a couple take profit trader accounts, Seth. So 973 would be what we're looking at for now. Don't know if I like this little bounce too much, truth be told. I'd almost want to see a fake out above just that confirmation high, not like an inside bar fake out. So fake out above 977. And yeah, like these futures are too liquid for them to have 3 points of slippage or 4 points of slippage. Someone sent me an order yesterday where their stop loss triggered 10 seconds after the price triggered. 10 seconds is a huge amount of time to wait for your stop loss to get filled. Like I would argue that that's like fucking pathetic, for lack of a better term. Man, that went from 950 to 925 so fast. Okay, so let's keep an eye here. This could be our little fake out opportunity. So for now, stop loss would be 943. Let's see if this thing fakes out first. There it is. Oh, there it's nasty. All right, that's not a fake out. We're going to wait this thing out. Holy shit, what a candle. Wowzers. Well, we definitely have volatility in business here today. All right, well, this should be setting up a possible reversal, right? Fake out lower, so fake out under low of day. High volume reversal candle, right? Second most bullish / most bullish looking. Let's see how this thing closes. Maybe that solves some of that divergence. Okay, so you'd be looking at something like this. Okay, let's see if this is the fake out. I wouldn't say that's elevator up yet. Oh my gosh, these candles are nuts. Wiping out 20 points in a blink of an eye. This is fun. A little bit of chaos to start your Wednesday morning. Well, I mean, for now, I mean, this pullback has not invalidated this 944 candle yet, so we don't have anything to be too fearful of. We don't have to worry about attaching too much of a label here yet. Again, we're still possibly looking for the fake out entry under low of day. Right, because that's just an inside bar, so don't need to get too scared about that. So you'd want it to look like that-ish. So you'd be looking at a 912 stop loss here. And let's be waiting for that elevator, right? We have not really seen it on the bounce. It's a bit better. 899 would have to be the stop loss now. It's fine. So watching here pretty carefully. $8.96 would have to be the stop. What I'm looking for is just the elevator up now, right? I'm looking for the elevator up to see if I can quantify a fake out entry where we'd already be inside the entry zone. 896 would be the stop. Uh, 5 mins, not a great looking candle. I think we're probably going to miss it on that. There's like a fine balance to walk, right, with these fake outs. You know, you want to be buying a fake out, not buying a falling knife. You got to be a little bit careful there sometimes. Nice work, Nick. Because things can change pretty quickly. There's a nice reversal on the 3. There's a crescendo of volume. And so you'd be looking 927. Oh my gosh, this thing is same thing as yesterday, right? These things are moving so fast. So it's going to try to lure you in to chase, right? We got to fight back against that feeling and basically not give it the power over us. We never want the speed of price action, either good or bad, to influence our like desire to trade it or to allow it to change our kind of core set of behaviors. For now, it's been pretty interesting PA here so far. And it's like second biggest volume of the day on that. Yeah, so you're looking at like a 960. Oh my gosh. Oh, my computer's getting old. All right. Now we're looking 957 stop. There's the possible fake. 954, we'll call it. Man, I go to type in my stop loss price, and then it's up 20 points. Impressive. Let's go, Mikey. Nice trade. Well done. Sounds like it's time for a nice celebratory breakfast. Hey, that's my move is when I have a really good trading day, I like to go drink a latte. Go harass the local coffee shops. All right. So we're looking at something like this. 975 would be the stop. Feels a very deja vu to yesterday morning so far. Okay, now we're looking at 973 stop. Now lower. Now 970. Man, these things move fast. Again, if the trade is strong, guys, it'll give me more than one chance to enter. If I have to chase an entry or rush an entry, I'm probably making a mistake. So I don't really care that it's moving without me. Now, I wish I had, I wish I was in at 9/11 or whatever, but I'm not going to torture myself with those types of hypotheticals. Wow, what a rip. Fucking psychopath. All right. Okay, 995 stop for now. Okay, that's not terrible. Bit frothy still. It's gonna froth and then explode. Ooh, that sounds gross. What? Okay, so guys, I am in a trade. I looked at it and I'm instantly up $1,800 before I could say a freaking word. I am in at 998.25, 998.25, stop loss 995. But I literally looked at it and my P&L didn't make sense because it was up so much right away. That's weird. Well, not weird, but that was kind of wacky. All right, so I've just closed that for $1,700. Literally just went instant rocket ship. Seth, I put a video in the Discord last week over how to execute trades, what I do on each and every single one of my trades. Watch that video, please. I'm sorry about that one, guys. I wanted to I wanted to call that one out a little bit better, but just I go check if I'm in a position and I'm looking at my P&L and it was like, what the hell just happened? So we'll try this again here. Sorry about that one. Like, yeah, I don't very rarely get speechless on entry. I had 5 contracts, right? I had less than 3 points of risk on that trade. So my stop loss was at 995, entry 998.25. So 3.25 points. I was risking about $350 with 5 contracts, we'll call it. So lots of reasons to be aggressive there with sizing. Very interesting start. Oh no, I'm not apologizing for making money. I'm apologizing for like the delay for when I entered the trade versus when I said I was in. Like literally just speechless for 15 seconds. And that's not really what I want to do here. That's an interesting start to the day. It is, yeah. We'll be able to get another entry here, hopefully. Love it, Mike. All right, so we're still in business here. Let's see if we can find an entry without being complete idiots. The dream. So you're looking at a 918 stop loss for now. I'd maybe almost prefer this on the 3 than the 2, because the 2 I'd rather see the fake out under a confirmation candle. If it's just going to go inside bar here, kind of get stuck between a rock and a hard place for my entry. Or like I don't want to be buying inside consolidation or during consolidation. Makes it too easy to basically get stuck in something where I feel early. So we're looking at a 926 stop. 926, 25. 026. I'd be looking, something like that. Yeah, 25026, sorry. Yeah, come on, gentle pullback, gentle, gentle, gentle. I probably should not have closed my first entry here, but that's fine. I will not torture myself with that stuff. All right, so we're looking at a 9. Why I keep saying 9? 25, 034. 034, just keep it tight. Okay, so again, watching here closely, watching here very closely. Okay, guys, I am in 038.75, 038.75, stop loss 034, 5 contracts. There it goes. Beautiful so far. Okay, this, Jesus. These things are moving fast. That's $1,500 already, 1,600. So now the focus, right? Closing as P&L is increasing. Unbelievable. Okay, there's 2K. Let's get, we got above 60 here. Oh, wow. Okay, guys, I'm out. I am out. Closed at 25,065. 25,065. Holy shit, what a day. That was $2,600 there. What the hell? Well, that was a pretty insane start to the day, guys. In freaking insane. Again, I've closed early, very early. Nuts. Left 5K on the table. Insane. Nice work, Seth. I love this type of volatility. It's so much fun. Well, that's a good 2 for 2. Just about. I'm at 43, 49, 78 on my leader. Nice work, Tony. Nice work. Hey, Hunter, that's fantastic win, right? Let's go, guys. Let's go. Yeah, this is nuts. Right. I'll go 5 contracts anytime my stop loss is less than 5 points, right? So in that circumstance, my stop loss was 4.25 points. So I can go 5, right, on that one, because I'm risking less than $500. So I'm trying to get always to as close to $500 as I can, right, with my max risk per trade, and I'm not exceeding it. Sometimes I got to be more, sometimes I got to be less, but it's depending on the stop loss. My position sizing is kind of irrelevant, or it's like, it's the result of the calculation, right? It's not, I'm not sitting there saying, ooh, I'm going to have 10 contracts on this trade. I'm sitting there thinking, ooh, I've got less than $500 risk on this trade. Let me take it. Let's go, Kiki. Yeah, you're crushing it this week. Kind of sounds like that holiday gave you a new, fresh, like, perspective. And again, I mean, probably should not have closed any of the trades I've been in here so far, besides just liking the number. So probably leaving a lot of money on the table here, but that's fine. Nice work, Tony. Congratulations. Tibor, what was your entry? And don't torture yourself with those hypotheticals. Okay, so 25007. Let's go. You're trading micros, I'm guessing? Or where did you close? Like everyone here who has made money today, guys, has taking an hourly wage that is better than any CEO in America. Right? So you got 23 points. Your $225 win makes no sense. It should be much bigger than that. What an insane morning. Is this finally setting up for a possible rejection? Could be. Quite the squeeze. Roller coaster up, roller coaster down. I don't know if I want to place another trade at the other end, though. Other end of the scale. A pretty freaking big day. All right, I maybe got, I may not be willing to do this. It's too good of a setup. So we'd be looking at a stop loss at 89. 24 this time. No, 25. Oh my gosh, I can't. Like 24089. Let's see. There's our possible fake outs. Now it'd be 93. Short. And there's a little like love tap there. 94 would be the stop now. Hey guys, I'm in at 90.50, 90.50. There's your retest. Stop loss at 94. And I got 5 contracts, right? 4 points of risk. Ew, holy fuck. Short, right? I'm in short. This is mind-boggling today. Okay, so again, right? Focus on closing as P&L is increasing. Well, I don't like this pullback too much. Hey guys, I'm out. I am out. I have closed this trade. Closed it at 88.75, 88.75. Maybe a bit of a panic close. All right. So if I didn't close there, right, I definitely would have been stopped out. Jeanette, let's go. 3K. Congratulations, Jason. 3K. Fantastic work here, team. Fantastic work. Fucking love it, guys. Absolutely love it. Nice work, Kyle. $800 is fantastic. 3 for 3. Nice work, Jared. Let's see if it wants to maybe set back up here for us to the downside. Entry on that short was 25.090.50. Hell yeah, Kyle. Hell yeah. And that's so true, Samuel, right? We're not forcing trades. We're not rushing trades. We're not doing anything stupid. We're just playing our system and following our rules. Oh yeah, my entry was 25.090.50. 25.090.50. And it did retest my entry after I got in. And my stop loss was 0.94. So again, I had 4.5 points of risk there. Nice and tight. Beautiful. Crazy day. Of scenario here. No, that one was short. All right, this was my confirmation candle, this big red one. Focus on the details, guys, that we should not ever be not knowing what side of the trade we are taking. Blue, right? If the red line's on top, it's a short. If the red line's on bottom, it's a long. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else to say besides that. It's never ambiguous what direction we're going. Never. Yeah, that I don't understand. We can't fuck up details like that, guys. Can't do it. You are going to get crushed. Have to sharpen that up, Dave. I'm sorry. But you can't be going long when we're going short unless you're trying to fade me. I don't know how to keep answering those questions. I have no idea what you're talking about now. Hey, some people, Kyle, they want to feel pain more than they want to make money. And that's why. Uh, I really don't know if I'm going to place another trade here. The risk reward of giving this up is probably. Test.